right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to today. We got some great coverage coming at you today. GG.Bet Invitational coverage, in fact. Still continuing on with Group B. We have some midday action here. We got Group B. This is a lower match to kick it off. Espada taking on the up-and-comers and Hippomaniacs from the Czech Republic. Looking forward to this one in a best-of-3. This will be followed by Alliance versus Fairzy in a best-of-3. Yet another rematch of those two teams, which I'm most certainly looking forward to that one later on today as well. I'm BreakyCPK, going to be joined by DeMoN once again. DeMoN, how are you doing this fine morning?
I don't know how you have so much energy this early in the morning, man. I'm
got my coffee ready.
I'm trying to wake up here, but you know, regardless, these are going to be some good games nonetheless. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, this should be fun. Obviously, Hippomaniacs, they're coming off a good performance. They really are against Alliance. You know, and in case anyone missed out, they took Alliance to 3 games. Even in one of the losing games, I mean, they looked like a solid team that can compete. So we don't know much about these guys, but well, now we know a little bit more. We know they like Treant Protector as they first pick it against Espada in this case. So excited to see what they bring today. Crystal Maiden, the team fight's already coming together.
I'm sure they followed a little bit of what Hippomaniacs and Alliance were doing to see who they were going to play, Espada, that is.
Yeah.
And, you know, they are definitely an opponent not to underestimate because, you know, underestimating them, they know how to capitalize those little small advantages. And, you know, that's how they really upset Alliance just the other day. And, yeah, they're going with their comfort picks here with this Treant Protector and this huge AoE team fights, which I saw, it's like they really excel in those.
That was the match they won with, really. The Treant, the Phoenix, the Axe.
Radiant
on top of that, it all kind of came together nicely. So.
Yeah, it's kind of in balance, actually, now that I think about it. Just, I mean, I'm sure everyone already knows, just like the Treant, Phoenix, and Axe, it's like, how are you ever going to kill the egg? Because you have all these BKB piercing disables. You're able to lock them down. Anyone that focuses the egg is just like, you know, you're going to end up dying. And if you end up managing killing the egg, then, you know, your whole team is going to get wiped out.
10 seconds remaining.
It's just, you got to be strategic in how you use it. But here, Winter Wyvern being picked out here. Pretty good pick. Pretty good lanes here by the Tiny and Winter Wyvern. I always like this Tiny pick, even though he's kind of been somewhat nerfed into oblivion.
Yeah.
Not really that bad, but I mean, he's been nerfed a few times. It's because his laning presence was like too strong. But what is it? Winter Wyvern, like Tiny's just an open pick.
10 seconds remaining.
There's always that small chance of him playing position 4, but then he can play this off lane, mid, and safe lane, just wherever he needs to be.
Yeah. He can pretty much do it all. One of those few heroes that, any role you want to put him in, he can excel at. So, yeah, not surprised to see him in that first spot from Espada. The Wyvern, we see Wyverns honestly banned so much nowadays. It's almost interesting to see that she was able to make it through. So, but Espada, understandably, second picking it as a result. Bans to follow. We got one more ban on either side before we truly get into the next picks right here. So the first of the third picks will be on the Hippomaniac side, and Axe still also on the board. Now, there isn't that Phoenix egg to protect necessarily, so yeah, perhaps not as likely of a pick for them, but still could be something they're thinking about. But they opened up with their supporting Castu figure, so looking for the cores now.
Yeah, Ogre can still be a nice potential for Espada. Works synergized well with Tiny. You get yourself a little bit of strong lanes. Crystal Maiden generally doesn't do anything against it. Treant and Ogre battling it off in strong lanes.
Interesting with the Drow ban there. It's a tiny Wyvern opening, but
you can still do the Wyvern core with Drow. It's not an all-in Drow strat. That's what we know, right?
Oh,
was it Espada that did it?
That was Espada against Fairzy. Yeah, that was something. That was an idea that just did not work.
10 seconds
so from these teams, Misha, I only know BZZ. I'm not really familiar with anyone from Espada. Misha.
ILTW, I know, has been around a while in the CIS region. Yeah, all players from the CIS region, and I want to say they all have kind of been at least a couple of years. It's the CIS is just the constant shuffle going on, right? Similar to I feel like South America especially, but just on a much bigger scale. They've been around longer.
Oh yeah, that's what I think Lil just kind of like said something about the CIS region, and his team kind of disbanded, saying like,
oh, did they?
Resolution was right about the CIS or something. Just, he wants to play out of the region.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just instability and so forth. or cancers, or toxic players, whatever it may be.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh.
That is, you know, it's the history. Like I said, there is
remaining.
a lot of that shuffle going on. So
Look at this. You got 2 birds on Espada here. You know,
Yeah,
fire and ice
flappy
and
wings.
extra ice.
a little bit
Need
of
another
extra.
fire hero to balance it
I
out.
was safe.
Ember Spirit?
Unfortunately, well, Phoenix isn't there with the wings
Radiant
as well.
team pick.
But Ember Spirit, I suppose, yeah.
Dragon Knights.
Hero that brings fire to the table. Dragon Knight brings fire to the table. Actually, that would have been a good one. Dang it. Hippomaniacs ruining everything.
Actually would have, huh?
You know, with the Mirana that they got in that 3rd spot, so.
Yeah, I mean, like I always look into the emphasis on just like strong
10
lanes here.
seconds
Kind of like what
remaining.
Hippomaniacs really have going on for them right now.
5 seconds remaining.
4th pick for Espada. You figure Jakiro's going to... Well, actually, yeah, so Jakiro probably is going to be support, right? And then so Jakiro Wyvern. But, they could do Tiny, as you're pointing out. We most certainly have seen that before.
Yeah, and Tiny does pretty well versus DK as well in the laning stage.
Okay.
So he can still play mid lane. Pick another hero. Is Weaver banned? Yeah, Weaver's banned.
Weaver's
as well.
banned, yeah. No Weaver here for Espada. Offlaner, maybe. Again, it depends on whether we're on Tiny. I was going to say Necro, but no, Necro's banned as well, so. Those early bans throwing things off.
Throwing me off here too, man.
Yeah, it's early morning.
Trying to focus and it's just, you know.
It's not so early morning for them, but
Yeah.
us West Coasters in the U.S.
7 a.m. here.
Bright and early. Bright and early.
Not even bright, man.
It's not even bright yet. Yeah, it's a little dark outside, kind of.
All right. 40 seconds. They're actually using all of their reserve time here.
Yeah.
They're like, maybe we... See, they wanted that DK, man. They wanted the triple birds, fire and ice.
Maybe getting a hero that has the accessibility to get out of these routes, Treant, Crystal Maiden, etc. Manta style, so
BKB or Manta hero, for sure.
Dire team ban.
Husker.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's
I mean,
I
it
suppose.
works. I mean, he owns DK in the lane. He can get out of route. Other than that, he's pretty tanky. I mean, DK is a natural silver edge carrier too, so.
Yeah, to have that break.
But I mean, he's not going to really farm it with the laning station he
10
has.
seconds remaining.
And with the push potential, you know, Tiny, Jakiro, and
5
Huskar are
seconds
3
remaining.
damage dealers for towers, so
Yeah,
strong push.
Silver Edge is good, but at the same time, Spirit Vessel is also really good against Huskar.
And remember why Hippomaniacs really did well with Treant Protector in the previous games is because it's like, you know, I always think about what can you do to remove these living armors, or when you play TA, his refraction instantly, and you have 2 heroes. Well, I guess not really Tiny, but Huskar and Jakiro kind of remove these ticks pretty easily.
Okay, yeah.
I think Winter Wyvern takes a little bit of time. His damage procs over second intervals.
But Jakiro alone, Liquid Fire, yeah,
Yeah.
is very good against that.
Liquid Fire, Dual Breath, Ultimate. He has 3 spells to actually instantly remove them.
Yeah. So not going to be too concerned about that living armor this game.
Same with Huskar too, I guess.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. He's burning spears. A lot of fire again. Fire and ice, man. That's the strat.
Well, actually, it's kind of weird. DK is
Radiant
tricky with the
team
fire and
ban.
ice thing, right? Because he becomes like this poison, then fire, and then ice. But he still shoots flames.
DK does it all, man. He really is. He's just an all-around, just, you know, beefy kind of.
That was a good ban
hero.
there. I think that Terrorblade is a very respectable, good ban. Enables their
10 seconds
it enables their
remaining.
lineup a little bit more. I mean, I'm trying to think. What does
5
Hippomaniacs need
seconds
right
remaining.
now? Stronger safe
Radiant
laner, I think.
team
They're gonna
pick.
put the Mirana off lane with the Treant, most likely. The lane. I
Blinks
think
ban.
Mirana wants to lane versus Tiny. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have him in the safe lane then. Well, yeah,
No.
depending on where Tiny is.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I think Hippomaniacs need another safe laner, so. I don't know. The safe lane,
10
this patch is so
seconds
weird for
remaining.
carry players. I think almost every single carry player has always complained
5
about it.
seconds remaining.
mean, they're just like, what do I do after this, like, when I'm, like, level 3 or level 4? Remember how I was talking about this Terrorblade? It's like, he's just going to die. He's just going to feed. It's like, do I just jungle? It's just like, does that feel effective? And I think in that sense, like, yeah, if you have a support that's, like, able to, like, kind of wave clear or whatever and just sit in the lane without dying, ideally it would work out. But other than that, I don't know, man. It's like maybe some push potential. Like, the Terrorblades, like, he can rotate to the off. I mean, that was the old patch where it's just, like, the Terrorblade would, like, if he had a rough lane or whatever, he would TP on the complete opposite side and pressure their safe lane at level 3 or level 4. No-Tail is the one that actually started doing that initially when he was playing carry back in the earlier OG days.
10 seconds remaining.
No Terrorblade here, but yeah, the development of the safe lane meta has been interesting to follow. Morphling is the final pick for Espada, by the way, and that's likely going to be their safe lane hero, speaking of it. Maybe a takeaway, too. Remember, Supreme's Morphling was pretty good yesterday.
That actually was pretty sick. Yeah. Wow. It's Morphling Morale.
Lina, you may now select your heroes.
Wow. Interesting. DK. Yeah, I mean, they probably want to put the DK against Tiny or Tiny. And maybe the Mirana versus the Morphling now.
DK is going to be in Curry's hands, which is their carry.
Yeah, Supreme. You can't put DK mid against Huskar because he's just going to... Nyx is their mid, right? Sure.
Nyx is their... Yes. Yes, he is. Yeah, Nyx is their mid. IL2W is their safe lane, yeah. And then BZZ is their off lane, yeah. 100%, yeah.
I'm trying to follow these players here now, you know.
I'm supposed to be the expert on that one. I know. I apologize. I just had to really make sure. Nyx is Huskar, and he will be mid. Yeah. At least that's the idea. Well, how does he match up against Lina? I mean, I assume it's still okay for him against Lina, obviously. It's just not as good as it would have been.
It's more of a skill matchup. I mean, there's less to do for Huskar. Lina has to outskill him. I mean, Huskar's just a simple hero, right? You can just run in, tank some right clicks, but he can just right click you down with his burning spheres without aggroing the creep, while Lina is like the complete opposite. I mean, regardless, Lina's lane will be hard, but he's capable of winning it because he can outrange him and outspam him in the early levels. But as the levels progress, if Huskar gets a snowbally start, then Lina just becomes kind of Garbo. Not really Garbo, but like his just laning phase is just...
Not as good against Huskar.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking here, because obviously at the same time, Lina is really all about magic damage, which Huskar doesn't mind, naturally, with his Berserker's Blood, I believe is called the passive there. Is Lina going to maybe look to prioritize that Ags even, making that ultimate pure damage, or is she just going to be more reliant on the right clicks, the physical?
I think really both. It really comes down to both Lina and DK and how their games really progress, because DK can get the silver edge, Lina can get the silver edge. Ideally, you want it on DK, but if he's having a bad game, then Lina might just opt for it. But Ags is generally like one of the go-to items these days, just to go up against this Huskar. Yeah. So you can do that pure piercing damage onto him. Just be able to burst him. But even then, it's still pretty difficult because by the time he finishes Ags, he's going to have like his Yules. He's going to have 2 items, and that time like Huskar's going to have about like 2,500
Prepare
HP
for battle.
and like 700 damage. Like getting him down to 700 HP is like nearly impossible then.
All right, here we go. Game 1 to kick things off for today. Espada versus Hippomaniacs. Here in this best of 3. Later on, Alliance versus Fairzy. GG.Bet Invitational. It's Dota. Huskar gets the early ward down middle lane.
Are you ready to rumble?
Falling back, but it's shaping up to be that Huskar versus Lina.
Is that your ping? Oh, you can see my pings, huh?
Yep, I can see your pings. And you can see us drawing things.
Yeah, that's right.
That's cool. Fancy. Spectators, man. Fun stuff going on.
Good to know. There's an offlane DK here, bringing it back a little old school. Curry with them dunks.
How many references are we going to make today? We'll see.
Battle.
Find out next. Yeah, no, Curry in the offlane DK, although he's moving now. I suppose they got some information, maybe at the top, and he's heading top.
Maybe he just likes Curry. That's what it is.
I doubt it has to do with Stephen Curry. I'm not going to lie. I don't think. I mean, maybe he's a fan. But maybe, as you say, I don't know if that's how you spell curry the food. I'm not sure, actually.
It is.
It is? Okay, well.
No, because my boy, former teammate here, Boba, he loves eating his Indian curry.
We've seen that word plenty.
Yeah.
The hell is keyboard lag?
I gotta cut shit.
What is Kurt Keeperle.
Oh, no, okay. I'm not going to troll their
Oh, are you going to ask?
I was going to ask, but no.
Fair enough, fair enough. It's just a matter of Hippomaniacs being ready now. Okay, they're good. Keyboard lag taken care of.
Oh, Morphin could have got the bottom. Looks like Mirana's getting double rune. 2 runes on each side here. Decent. Oh, CM is going to go for a potential courier snipe.
Yep.
It is on its way, but he was not patient enough.
Yeah, a little surprised. He really wasn't there at all.
Well, the courier actually is just standing still. So.
Waiting up. He's going back. The mind games. Said he wants it.
It sucks. It's just like when these kinds of moments and these plays don't work out, it's like you actually hurt your safe lane or whoever you're laning with is quite a bit.
Right now, DK is 1 versus 3, and he's in trouble. In fact, I would say dead trouble. That Tango's not healing him enough.
First blood.
Okay, well, yeah, that's so Crystal Maiden not being there. You know, couldn't slow them with the Crystal Nova, perhaps. I mean, at that point, though, the angles, like, they just collapsed on him. So I don't even know if Crystal Maiden could have done anything.
Maybe, but at that point, you might as well. Well, you have a lot of. It's hard to say because he has Dragon Blood too. There's like a lot of extra armor, 3 armor, 4 health regen.
Well, either way, 1-0 start for Espada. Going aggressive initially. Now they send the support to the bottom lane in Jakiro. As Crystal Maiden will now TP bottom herself. Interesting. So I don't know if they're planning to make some full shifts here or not.
Is tri-lane back?
Yeah, we saw it yesterday a little bit, didn't we? So
yeah.
Maybe at least over here in the Europe CIS region, that's making a little bit of a comeback apparently, but at least that's what Hippomaniacs.
I mean, this DK is practically playing the offlane DK in that sense then. So
true.
Playing this catch-up game, Morph's already swapping lanes. I mean, I guess they realize pressuring this Morph is more ideal than pressuring this DK, so look into lane swapping already. I think this Mirana should be TPing top, and DK can't really switch lanes, he just TP top, so his TP's cooled down for a little bit. I think they might be comfortable and happy with this.
God, that Winter Wyvern's just so good of a laning support, though, between Arctic Burn and especially the Splinter Blast harassment.
Denied.
It only costs 105 mana. I mean, it feels like that's like a decent chunk of mana, but for the mana pool that Wyverns have, early on the double mango in this case, he's able to just use that so frequently. And yes, it pushes out the lane, possibly, but at the same time, the damage that it applies, as long as you're hitting the hero every time, it forces a lot of regen.
Nothing really too much going on here. This mid lane is actually kind of surprising. Lina's doing so well. Is it surprising? I don't know. I think Lina is actually supposed to be Huskar. I could be wrong about this.
Yeah. 7 denies for Huskar, so he's denying fairly decent. But
like I said, it's because the way Lina works, just he has really high range, and he's always able to farm because of his Dragon Save.
Mirana getting away before too much pressure happens. Jakiro and Tiny farming the jungle a little bit as they got a pull going on. Curious about Train Protector, how... Well, Train Protector might be dead, actually. To say that, Muff, trying to walk away. He'll be fine for the time being. But we talked about how they already have several ways to truly get to that living armor fairly easily. Does he... I mean, he's already put the 1 point in it, so he might be invested, but could you make the argument where living armor might not be that good this game? He could have gone like a 4-4-0 even.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But maybe it's just to alleviate some of the tower pressure that they might do during this like mid-game or the first siege with the Jakiro pressuring the tower, and he's just able to regen and just kind of waste their time in that sense.
Yeah.
So the commitment on those towers will hurt them in the long run.
Buff. Living armor taken off very quickly, and he goes down there. Top lane, so.
Nice try. Oh, Curry might be dead here actually too.
Oh, they're going on him, aren't they? Waveform forward, Curry popping that stick. It's not enough, though. However, ILTW falls, going too deep for that kill.
Muff with the kill.
Yeah. At least gets in there to pick up a kill before dying just to the tower. So, Hippomaniacs finally on the board after the dive from ILTW.
Soaring picked up on Huskar as well. So he's pretty much infinite regen now. CS looks about almost even there.
Is that how that works, the inner vitality?
Yeah. The soul ring, and he has an extra 2 HP regen on top of it.
Yeah, there you go.
He's always going to be low, so he gets an extra regen on top of it.
Okay.
I guess Lina's going to be doing pretty well. Like, he has a lot of spam with obviously his clarities, his Bassi, and the CM aura as well. So he's able to just constantly push in this wave, and that's Huskar doesn't really like that. He's farming under the tower.
He does need to respect the level 6 as well, right? Because especially a level 1 Berserker spell, you're only looking at 20% magic resistance right now, so
Yeah.
it could burst him down.
Pretty good arcane room too. Got the
Middle lane, Jakiro, wrap it around. Misha put in the ward. Misha loves to come middle, man. We've seen a backfire on him several times, but we'll see if this one works out. Dual breath put out. Here come the burning spears. Supreme trying to scare him off with an LSA.
Won't do anything. He needs 6 on Huskar for sure.
Yeah.
Force the TP. It's just like these little kinds of plays that are like make the bigger difference, because it's like, oh, he's actually going in again here. Just wants to remove the living armor.
Okay.
But it's just like forcing these TPs, so the next time you go in, they're like, okay, this person TP'd, it's on cooldown now, we can't save them.
Yeah. All right, there, you know, at least got the living armor removed. And top lane, meanwhile, they kill Mr. Morphling. I'm not sure, doubles, I guess, supposed to kind of a double stun, the root on top of the Dragon Tail stun.
Yeah, but one stun, only DK stun can cancel his morph. Looks like he didn't even use his morph. Because he gets rooted, he can still morph.
Shit, okay.
Yeah.
You're saying morph, and I'm like, his ultimate's called morph, but...
oh, I mean, actually,
the heroes changed it. BZZ, he's going to be tossed up in the air. There's the adaptive strike as well coming out from Morphling. They kill Tiny, not enough turn damage on Saberlight. Leaps away, he'll be fine. So Morphling making the adjustment now coming bot him.
He needed to use his stick, and he would have been able to get one more hit off, or throw the tree grab on him, and I think it would have been a lot closer.
Not
He's
enough.
constantly lane swapping. I don't know what this Morphling's goals are, because I think he should have been fine on this top lane. He played a little bit more passive, but he was just like a little over aggressive here. Just try and dive this really tanky DK. You know, he has a magic stick. He has 2 levels of Dragon Blood on top of the tree, Leech Seed heal. He's pretty dang tanky, and he's just trying to focus on kills rather than just sit back, farm, and just get some levels in your heroes. It's essentially how Morph kind of works. If he doesn't have his typical safe lane where he just dominates completely, and then he can just out CS and out deny the opponent. It's just that's the whole objective of Morph. Just like he has strong laning. If you aren't able to kill him or burst him down, and he's just focusing too much on these heroes rather than just the laning.
Bottom lane, Jakiro's dead. Mirana finishes him off. We got Seni on Crystal Maiden. The adaptive strike, enough damage from LTW to take the kill. So more exchanging going on the Star Store. Ooh, if he gets a double there, maybe.
No, he would have morphed more.
Okay.
Yeah, he has stick too, assuming he'd use it. Some people forget that.
We've seen some Morphlings that they live life on the edge, and you're like, oh, he's going to be fine, but nope, they're not. Curry's not fine at the top lane, although he did kill BCC just before that at least. Ends up being a 1-for-1. Yeah, we have plenty of action in this game. These guys are not afraid to brawl.
Yeah.
Comes to it. But look at the CS, though. It's especially Dragonite. I mean, he's dead now, but 39 and 12.
Yeah, so this mid lane, it's more in favor of Huskar now. He got his levels. He has 22 denies on Lina. They have about the same CS as well. Lina was dominant at the beginning, but regardless, both heroes should farm because like Lina will always miss a couple creeps, so she'll always stun there. Yikes.
The 2-2-2 build, though, of Huskar and the life break in. He wants to turn kill on Supreme. You see that right there. That's Huskar for you, man. Laguna Blade used, it doesn't even matter. LTW, meanwhile, takes over Lina and uses it to finish off Seni on top of that. So very good rotation. Hey, just your classic Morphling rotating to help Huskar there in the middle.
He actually removes his aura when he changes back to his form. I was wondering if he gets that Lina aura still.
Oh.
Fiery stacks.
Yeah.
Or Fiery Soul.
So it does go away. Okay.
Well, that felt like a support Morphling there.
Yeah, what does that carry Morphling through the middle? But hey, it worked out. Top lane, will this work out for BZZ? Probably not. He's dead. Curry got low, but clearly not low enough. He's got level 2 Berserker's Blood, so some regen.
3 seconds for his Dragon Form. He'll shoot it against them.
Has the tail. Not going to use it.
Yes.
Supreme's got it, don't worry.
Burns, doesn't it?
So well played. But yeah, Huskar, again, this hero, you think you have a kill. Laguna Blade, being magic damage. You do not. 30% magic resistance now from the Berserker's Blood on top of natural.
Huskar's becoming to that point where he's almost unkillable unless you commit a lot of heroes on him and a lot of stuns. And that's the thing. You need like this DK to rotate. You need this Mirana to rotate to get this arrow. Otherwise, it's just He's like not really possible to kill. He's level 9 and Lena's only level 7.
Buff goes down at the top lane. And Treant. Play a Huskar. He is going to go back in. Life break forward. There's that Laguna Blade again, but with the tower as well. So this time Huskar goes too deep.
Buyback for that.
He's going to kill Lena.
It's a pub play. Like
buyback and TP in.
No, just buyback and he'll get XP.
Oh, I guess just being alive.
It's his kill,
okay.
yeah. It's not really worth it. It's just fun to do.
I like that's your mentality. Oh, these pubs recently, Demon.
Sorry. It's the only experience I get these days, you know? It's just watching the pro games.
Crystal Maiden will take over the experience in the middle lane in the meantime.
Didn't hurt him too bad. He's still really close, 300 gold away from that armlet of his. So. He was unkillable, but if you're diving like that, so it's very different.
Misha doing Misha things.
That's a classic.
Rotating mid and...
he attempted to rotate mid. He was almost there. Misha's an interesting guy, you know. He's just he lives life just with no boots, man. Like he gets his 18-minute boots, 20-minute boots, all good for him. Just natural support player right here.
Yeah.
So you look at that. He's like, I'm gonna buy some more. I don't care about my boots. I'm gonna buy some wards, upgrade my wand, a little tankier, get these raindrops. I'm good to go.
Yeah. That is interesting. Yeah, even upgrading the wand before boots. You'll see that after the fact. But
I really don't know about that. I think the boots are important, but
yeah.
you know, a little extra 3 extra attributes and extra little 5 extra wand charge or 10 more, right? Yeah.
Especially when you're going to be moving mid so much too, you'd figure the boots would be something of value. But either way, yet again headed mid. This time with a friend though.
Not a big fan of this rotation mid because Huskar's already dominating his lane. If they understand that, they're not really going to pressure this tower too much, but here they are. Armlet finished on Huskar too.
Unfortunately, it's just Crystal Maiden. There's no Lena here. It's just the ice version. And Crystal Maiden is dead.
And a big commitment there, but Lena's pinging it out. He's showing top root here.
The LTW, that's bottom lane. He's going to wait for him away. He'll be fine. He was shifting into that strength before the root came out and everything. And no chance to get the kill at that point. So well played. Fortification being used. Living armor applied to the tower mid lane. He is maxing out the living armor, by the way, so getting some nice regen from the Huskar. Going deep. Is this too deep? He wants to kill him Supreme. He's got it for sure. It's just a matter if he goes down 2, and he absolutely does. He got the kill first.
So we know Huskar does not use macros. Okay, just want to verify that. For this tower damage, it's really cool. I mean, it's like, even though he's maxing out this living armor, like you have a Drakiro who can just kind of remove those. Yeah, he can remove these the living armor instantly, even on the tower with the liquid fire. So it's kind of nice to have. But at the moment, you see how they committed these like the smoking to kill the Crystal Maiden. Tower is down by 40% HP, and it's almost at full HP now. They didn't care about, like, I mean, it's not the most ideal situation. If he went this 4-4-0 build, he would have had a stronger lane, but I think he's just looking at the bigger objective here. And I think that's, you know, every team has their own ways and their style of playing.
Nice adaptive strike done to stop the freezing field here of Seni. LTW will finish off the kill. It puts on the ice path from Jakiro. Not enough, though. LTW wants to get out of here unless an arrow would somehow hit. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Lena just kind of abandoned that. Oh, he's coming back mid now.
Speaking of that, Lena here, you got Treant. Throwing out the living armor yet again and wants to keep the tower alive, but it's just taken out so quickly from Huskar. Laguna Blade on Tiny. Eventually the overgrowth could be used. They will kill Tiny in the end. Now the root on Huskar. From Seni coming in. Seni's like, crap, I might die now. But they're going to kill Nyx, so that's what matters. And look at that, Seni will survive because living armor and wand is a pretty good combo.
The problem is they're pushing, like, they think they're being like too cocky. They think this Huskar is unkillable, and technically he kind of is, but I mean, you can't be doing these kinds of objectives all on your own. You need to have more than just a Tiny with you. You need to have more supports, just more supports sitting behind you.
Yeah. You look at the net worth right now, it definitely is favoring the Radiant side. Now, it's overall only under 1,000 net worth evenly for Espada, but the cores are what matter. All 3 cores.
Tiny's also close to his blink, so that's pretty good.
Yep. 50 gold saved up. Bottom lane. Curse is ready as well. Arrow's going to fly through. Does not connect, unfortunately. Curry. So running, morphling. He morphs into the Dragonite, trying to get close enough for that Dragon Tail stun. Gotta be close range. Basically melee. Feels like he gets it off though, and DK will fall. Jakiro gonna put the lockdown on Crystal Maiden over here in the dual breath. Not gonna kill her because of the TP, but 15-minute rune spawning. Still pick up. Top gonna be taken by Lina, however, it looks like.
Yeah, his Yules is almost finished. Pretty farmed. Oh, tree it. Oh, he almost got the courier there.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's going to Urnin. This is what I was mentioning, the Spirit Vessel. Talk about, you mentioned Silver Edge, you know, good against Huskar. Spirit Vessel's so good against Huskar as well.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's a weird whip against Huskar because if he uses Vessel, he can just Life Break a creep and just remove the charge instantly.
But it's like, he Life Breaks in, and then that's weird. Yeah. Using it after the fact. Overgrowth, going to be committed. Mirana's jumping in despite being somewhat low. It's just chaos all over the place. A good ability here coming out as well. Huskar eventually is going to fall too far up. Immersion using the Cold Embrace on himself, and it doesn't matter. Crystal Nova takes him out. And BZZ rooted on up. And how about that? Hippomaniacs. They win a big fight at the bottom lane.
So here's what I don't understand. It's like, I hate, like, when you don't take this tier 1 on top and you focus on this bottom, like this bottom, I mean, I'm not going to call it a dead lane this time, but it's just like pushing this one is probably the most dangerous position because it's like you have Dire, Hippomaniacs, they can have all sorts of different angles to attack you from, you know, from the side, from the front, or whatnot, but when you're just pushing top, it just feels you have so much more freedom. The tower is just overall much easier, and getting this kind of objective kind of opens up their jungle. It's much more ideal in that situation in comparison, like forcing and rotating all bottom. Like even if you take the tower, what's next? What's the next objective? You can't really farm their jungle. You can't take over their side of the map, and that's the struggle of it. And now, yeah, I mean they got the exchange now, but they exchanged like 3 deaths for it. Yeah, Morphlin got the tower, but it really wasn't worth it in the end, you know.
And the net worth lead going the way of Hippomaniacs overall. You mentioned Lina getting top farm, and speaking of her, that Yule's up in the air, but Supreme is dead here. Could have played on ILTW. Maybe not. Living Armor is going to keep her alive, actually. And Saberlight will also survive. The Winter's Curse used, didn't really get any damage out of it. Jeez, that looked like guaranteed kills.
Some much needed kills for sure. Huskar is actually opting for this Roche. I bet you he's gonna die at Roche, man. He's gonna get bashed. I'm feeling it, man.
It's one of those toggles. It's so close. Oh, good. Treant, oh no! Treant's gonna run in, maybe kill him. Oh, Macampire's put down. Treant got stunned up initially. Nyx is gonna be fine for the time being. And Macampire's still burning up Muff, and Muff will fall. But now it's like, can they really finish off Roche? He's so low. They want to.
That was so close.
But now the Dire team knows, of course. Lina. Nyx is healed up, though. Huskar, that is. Not a success. You get the point. Dragon Slave through. Lina, top of the Ice Path. Freezing Field off to the side from Sen. It's going to zone them away. Very good Freezing Field.
HP and Roche.
It's so low, man. Can they get the kill? The Supreme wants it. It's snatched up by Nyx. He picks it up, then kills Lina. And it's going to resurrect as a result of the Aegis now. That was killed by the Dire team, by the way. So technically a snatch for Huskar.
That Cold Embrace actually killed him. He had his armlet off, unfortunately, there.
Oh.
Yeah. He was toggling in the middle of the toggle. He got Cold Embrace, and Fire Breath came out from the DK, and he died. I mean, Lina's effort was there. If he needed, I don't know if his Yules was cooldown or not, but at least he got the last hit on Roche, got some free XP and gold. So it wouldn't hurt too bad. Lose him and a Crystal Maiden for it, and the Aegis is also down. So all in all, not too bad of an exchange.
It's as if it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Spirit Vessel picked up on a Wyvern, so it's funny enough, the Radiant team is the first one to get a Spirit Vessel this game. I suppose it's, again, Spirit Vessel just in general really is just a nice value item, no matter the matchups it seems like, but
movement speed and everything else on it.
Yeah. Decent against heroes like DK and the Living Armor from Tree and Protector.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Forgot about the DK too, huh?
Yep.
That's good on both sides of the team here. DK, Living Armor.
Just a good item again. Top lane, 4 heroes up here for Espada. They clearly like it up there at the top. Meanwhile, LTW's down
Smoked
here.
out as well. Oh, smoke broken. It's only 2 heroes here versus 4. I don't think they realize their whole team from Espada's here.
Yeah. Dangerous
GK
place.
does have a blink.
They have more coming, though.
They're going to feel safe because he's sentry'd here. Treant's here now.
There's the Ice Path. The return on top of the Macapire. Freezing Field, not really connecting. And Senny realizing BZZ goes in. Missed his combo though. Now Curry in the response. However, the Witch's Curse on Crystal Maiden. She might die because of that. The Splinter Blast, not enough damage, but the tree throw, the living armor comes out. And it's going to save for the time being. The Spirit Vessel doing some work.
Clutch Shrine there. He was barely in range for that. That's what kind of helped him survive. Like, oh, he should have been dead here.
Nobody dies throughout that whole exchange. Jeez.
I mean, BZZ missed his combo.
And apparently they're not done fighting yet. They're going back, and who's not here? It's Lena's not here. That's a big mistake for the Dire team. That's a lot of fire power, literally, they're missing out on. However, tiny for Mirana so far, but it could get worse for the Dire team. Dragon Knight, he's in trouble. Overgrowth isn't going to be, already was using him back. Curry turning around, however, in that Dragon form. Cold Embrace on top of Nyx. Going to heal him back up. Morphling, morphing back into Lina, gets caught. No, the Ice Path actually helping him. Lina herself is going to go down as a life break in from Nyx. Finishes the job. The pushback of Crystal Maiden in the backlines. Now Muff, he's been a distraction. I'm guessing they have some kind of vision. Never mind, they do not.
So that's what, this is where Espada's lineup is really going to thrive off of now. I mean, they obviously wish there's dust coming in or cooldown. But I mean, they obviously do wish they had their Aegis, but they've hit this timing where Huskar's about to finish his Halberd. He's extremely tanky. They have enough levels, and they're just going to force every fight in every tower that they can. So these fights, this is how their lineup kind of works. It's how Huskar lineups work. You know, it's not really all in, but it's just you hit this timing with your heroes and just take every tier 2, tier 1, tier 2s out there. And eventually it's the next Roche where they're going to ultimately look into high grounding. And I mean, their heroes scale. They're not forced. They're not like, you know, their draft, it's not forced playing on a timer. It's not an all-in Huskar draft. They have a Morphling who scales throughout the game as well. So
who's the top farmer in the game right now? So yeah, they're fine.
Same with Lina. Lena's 1,000 gold behind. I was looking at the CS chart.
Yeah, Lena's 1,500 gold or so behind that Morphling, so it's our net worth even.
At the same time, Huskar, he's gonna be the space maker. If the game progresses until like the late game, he's gonna be just like this tanky core because I mean, this Lina, DK, and Mirana, these 3 cores late game, they can kill him fairly easy. Not too easy, but fairly easy.
All right now. Espada, I mean, they're living at this top lane. It's just they do not want to leave the Dire jungle, it seems like.
Dang, I didn't notice Saberlight's actually struggling with it. He only has a Maelstrom, Treads, Aquila, and just 500 gold in his account here. DK popping, if they notice that DK popped this form, I think they're just going to go in again and just let this Morphling farm.
There's DK jumping in. Jakiro caught doing some counter warding or attempting to.
Yeah, they realize they have some sort of vision here on Hippomaniacs, for sure. But I mean, the idea behind it is good. Yeah, it's Jakiro that died, but you kind of revealed the rest of the team where they're at. And this whole meantime, like Morph just really wants to sit back, chill, farm, and just finish up his Eth Blade. And that's where like that's their timing. By the time he finishes, Roche should start spawning soon, and they get this next Aegis, and that's their high ground.
BZZ jumping him, Root. There's the overgrowth on top. Glimmer Cape though. Tiny's just gonna walk it off for the time being. Winter Wyvern stunned up on the arrow, but the combo for BZZ in response. Wyvern survived for the time being, but Laguna Blade takes out Tiny, and Wyvern, the Cold Embrace, just gonna delay the inevitable. It feels like at this point. Crystal Maiden picked up to the side, but Huskar now in a bad spot, but damn is he tanky with the Inner Vitality. Healing is not enough, however. Eventually the damage kicks in. Now ILTW also in trouble. He has a Spirit Vessel on him, by the way. He is taken away, goes back to the lead up for the Witch's Curse. Wow. Perfect timing with the Witch's Curse, and ILTW going back, and the Macro Empire is put down. And Espada's gonna clean up Hippomaniacs. That was a huge curse from the Wyvern.
Well, it starts off with Immersion with a clutch. Winter Curse, I mean, his steal on the Lina combo, perfectly timed. I think he's done 4 heroes there.
Yeah.
Like the last one just kind of ran into it, looked like. And then followed up with a 3-man Ice Path. Wow.
Beautiful.
I was just about to say, I was like, Morphling, you really shouldn't be joining this team, but you should just be farming and just chill out a little bit. But then, you know, one small misplay by Hippomaniacs, I think they felt really confident, just the fact that Huskar was dead. You know, that's why they were just chasing. You know, generally chasing heroes against the Winter Wyvern is not the most ideal situation. It's like chasing down an Earthshaker, just setting up a perfect Winter Curse.
Yeah.
Slap.
Crystal Maiden goes down, and you can tell this Radiant squad again. They're just keeping that tempo. Mirana, Adaptive Strike, Living Armor kicks in, avoids the Ice Path even. Nyx, he has another life break. Go too deep though, did he? It's coming out. Laguna Blade did nothing. It's like an auto attack. root. Cold Embrace happens. That's going to barely help heal him up. Huskar. No, he does eventually fall to Supreme.
Yeah, there's the Vessel there.
Vessel doing work.
So they really need to deliver on Espada here.
To help save Huskar in situations like that, yeah.
Just prolong his death. I mean, I'm sure he still dies. I mean, Hippomaniacs just have so many stuns. Like, all 3 cores have disables. They just followed one after another. It's, LSA into like Dragon Tail and then an arrow, and it's just like he's just stuck there. Yeah, he has a halberd. Yes, he's tanky, but during that whole duration, it's like there's a Vessel on top of him. He's unable to read that. It's just, I think, like I said, it's just a little minor overconfidence. Just diving this Mirana. He's like, oh, he has no lead. Let's kill him. Let's kill him. But
yeah.
You missed your opportunity already, man. Just sit back, you know. Roshan's gonna be up soon too.
Be safe about it. ILTW. Lincoln's pop on him. Over the Kunguriya Spear Vessel battle going at it. It's a fun animation. Oh, ILTW though, he runs into Lina all of a sudden. The Gouda Blade comes out on him, and that's an easy kill. Where you saw GK doesn't eventually fall, but now fight continues. Huskar. It's on Dream Protector nearby, so he too is dead.
BZZ needs to chill out with how he uses his combo, because he's using his combo almost instantly every single time, and because of that, he's actually missing the toss on the target, so he's missing this like extra damage, and you know, just a little. Impatient. It's just like little spell usages he needs to work on here.
Patience seems to be missing this game in general.
Well, I think in the CIS region in general, right?
Yeah.
It's just kind of...
They like to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Overdo it sometimes. We're getting plenty of that here. We got 50 hero kills combined at 26 minutes. That's nearly 2 hero kills per minute, which, again, if you're averaging 1 hero kill per minute in a game, I feel like it's a pretty action-packed game already, so... 2 per minute, that's CIS for you. Not afraid to fight.
At least this game's entertaining, you know?
Yeah.
These 2 teams just brawling it out constantly.
Definitely an interesting one at that. And it's game 1 of a best of 3, remember, as Supreme finds Misha, but at what cost now? You got Crystal Maiden. She's fine, apparently. Nyx is just continuing to go back in. Has a Helmet's Halberd, of course, for some evasion, but you're locked down. Cold Embrace. Is that a curse used? It looks like it. It's not going to save, though. However, it might turn at least onto the Mirana, but now BCC jumped in.
Wow.
Little Belay just finished the job. ILTW putting auto attack to the Crystal Maiden, but Lina doing the same too. ILTW on the Morphling. Cold Embrace used, of course, back into the Lina herself. Kind of shifting back and forth. Waveform forward, Buff hiding in the trees. Don't have vision of him. It looks like it's again going to be popped. Lina tossed up into the air. The living armor helping a little bit. LSA connects, a little more move speed, but LTW still pursuing that adaptive strike pushback. Nice stun with that strength. Another living armor though, man. It is helping here somewhat. Oh, the avalanche finally hits.
I think ILTW is playing a better Lina than this Lina himself. He's getting these double and triple stuns back to back to back. It's insane.
Still doesn't have the Ethereal Blade, but almost there now.
He's almost there, yeah. Oh man, but that's what the power of the Lina is. You saw that attack range, like their Winter Curse was off, but she was able to kill this Huskar still because she's able to outrange him. And I guess if you pick up Dragonlance too, and MKB, like, this Huskar is going to be food for this Lina eventually. Yeah. They just have way too many disables. He needs his BKB. Oh, he's actually... Okay, he's going BKB. I thought he was going AC. He definitely needs his BKB, and they need this Aegis pretty bad. He needs to stop going by himself and just, like, play a little bit closer within the team. Because the fight starts off with him kind of going by himself, and this team is coming up to back him up, like, five seconds later. But if his team's already sitting behind him, I think the fights would be turned around much quicker, and he wouldn't die in the turn as well.
God, it feels like Morphling getting the Morph target allies and would be pretty good value this game, honestly. You already have Tiny for one with the tree grab. We've all seen that before, just the enhanced damage you can make out of it. But even I wonder how that would work on like Huskar. Being able to morph into him, take advantage of his heal, even kind of just go and rapid auto attack and stuff.
It's not that good at all.
Probably not that good. Okay, overthinking it. But Tiny is some good synergy. So. Yeah. Choosing not to, though. I guess he's been having fun with Lina most of the game, so.
I mean, they probably had this mindset of like, oh, this might be a free Huskar game, and he's playing it. He's playing this Huskar like it's a free Huskar game, where these free Huskar games, you generally just run in, the enemy team literally can't do it. He can 1v5, but this isn't one of those games, because they have so many disables. They have relatively fast Vessel as well, and, you know, they're kind of sticking together as a team, and they can kill this Huskar. Yeah, he's tanky. He has a halberd and armlet, but you can see it's been like 3 times now. He's just dies because he's the first one to go in, and
yeah,
his team's never really behind him.
So this was an awkward situation. For the first time, we see both teams kind of just smoking up as 5, and then they run past each other.
I mean, the idea was right on both sides. They wanted to both take over the jungle. I think Hippomaniacs has the better team fight, better side to really take over because they have a high ground ward and they're just, like, taking over Roche, and that's the next objective. Like, screw those bottom lane. It's not important at all. Bounty Rune's actually coming out. A Winter Wyvern smoke actually popped out, so they're kind of aware of that.
Gets the immediate Glimmer Cape reaction. And
so they know. They know that they're on their side of the map right now. Nice D ward by Espada there.
They have Gem on BZZ. Look at that tiny. So it's taking advantage.
Shadow Blade as well, yeah. They're just going to pressure in mid, which is what they should be doing. Force them back, force them out of, get out of my jungle, come back here and defend your towers.
Gonna get the TPs in with the fortification.
Force the glyph as well. Morphling should keep doing what they're doing. Espada should probably look into potentially even taking a team fight because Morph can take their base pretty fast. If need be.
Yeah. He's gonna fall back for the time being, but
yeah, but this bottom lane is like not important at all. Like you can see, it's just the creep equilibrium is just like sitting there. It's perfectly fine. Like yeah, there's quite a few, like couple hundred gold net worth, but it's all irrelevant because, you know, as soon as they show bottom, they're gonna look to kill. They know their side of the map is jungle right now. They, as in Espada, should know Hippomaniacs was playing there. Yeah, they're dewarding their side of the map right now. Getting some high ground wards and protecting their side, so it's all about Roshan. That's what it's about. And I think this Roshan timer, if Hippomaniacs manage to get it, it kind of delays the game for Espada even more. But if Espada can get this Aegis, they're able to go high ground.
Again, Roshan up, but not interested just yet. Espada wants that smoke, at least get a pick off or two before they feel confident to do so. And top lane, it's looking pretty easy for them. Curry, immediate burst off the bat with the Ethereum Blade. He takes over the DK with the Morph and Dragonite. I mean, he's dead. He's got to have his Halberd, a Hood of Defiance. He's tanky, but not enough.
I like the Halberd. He needed the Halberd because he wanted to break Link into the Morph and be able to follow up with the stun.
Good against Huskar, too. Curse coming out. The freezing field as well. Misha, a little bit too close. Crystal Nova finished this job. I know Nyx is like, now it's my friend Senny. Beating on him, however, the arrow, it doesn't matter. The Burning Spear is heading up. Killed Crystal Maiden. He buys back. So does the TK, by the way. Look, good blade on Huskar again, but the Cold Embrace going to be used. Healing him out for the time being. Mirana picked up by LTW. Now he's coming back to the bigger fight as Nyx leaps back in with a life break. The Heaven's Halberd applied to Lina as she just keeps on running, not looking to pick that fight anymore. Curry, nice Dragon Breath on 4 heroes, essentially. I mean, they're getting plenty of damage. They do kill Morphlane, but Nyx finishes off the DK. It's just a back-and-forth battle again. Immersion goes down, and now Nyx is somewhat by himself, although BZZ has other plans. He jumps in, gets the combo off again. Lina looking to kite, but the Burning Spears are enough from Huskar. He gets a double kill. He's going from off now, but no, the damage from a Treant
90
and
damage.
Crystal Maiden.
Wow.
Does him in.
Treant does like 260 damage per hit.
That Spirit Vessel, too, definitely helped there against Huskar.
Screw the Vessel, man. He got the plus 90 damage as 15 talent, man.
Oh, did he even?
Yeah,
okay, yeah, that over the respawn time, yeah. All right, well, Hippomaniacs, I guess they win the fight in the end. That actually was looking good for a spot out of points, but...
The fights were chaotic, but I mean, at the end of the day, both sides of the core, like, yeah, it was in favor of the Hippomaniacs, but the Hippomaniacs, they did lose Gem, though, which is pretty unfortunate, but, you know, both cores or both sides fell down. Another Halberd almost going to be picked up on Treant Protector, which is going to hinder Espada even more. Like I said, they really need this Aegis to actually be able to prevail in these fights. Mirana's finally playing bottom. BKB, wow. I don't know what happened to his farm here, but he's catching up now. I mean, BKB, Mellowstorm, 33 minutes. At least he has it now. He's been fighting. I mean, there's just been a lot of chaotic fights here. He hasn't really been dying.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
Crystal Maiden,
too much action.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden and DK have been tanking most of the deaths. And Huskar, you know, a little... I think even the Blade Mill might be pretty good on him. Lotus Orb? No, one of his teammates need a Lotus Orb.
Yeah.
Oh, this Wyvern is so far, actually.
Position for Wyvern, Immersion doing pretty good. They're going to go for the kill on a Crystal Maiden, which they find. Nice job there, but yeah, you see Huskar, he has the AC next in mind. Instead. So mitigating some of that physical, also enhancing his zone.
They're just going in for the Roche.
Yeah, they are. Morphling's there.
Oh, they just dewarded, so they made them feel. They feel confident. They have a ward. They have good vision. There's a sentry. Should place another sentry in front. Looks like a free Roshan for them. I mean, this is what happens. You know, you start playing bottom, and you give up a free Roshan. Just ignore the fact that they are not holding the gem anymore, right?
Let's see.
Oh no, they put at base.
Okay, no one has it yet. Curse catches DK. Wyvern's setting this up for the team. The arrow going out, but he's able to blink in time. So Curry still running, has teammate support as well. Supreme throwing out the LSA. They just want to keep running though. Wheel Knight Shadow's active. BZZ, they found him. BZZ jumps in, catches Curry. And now Curry. I mean, it is a hard kill for sure, but they're going to get it in the end. The arrow flying through. They'll dodge it. And they finally finish the job.
Yep. They'll probably cut this wave? No, they're just pinging mid. I mean, he should cut this wave, I think, here.
They're ignoring the bottom lane.
Yeah, there it is.
They haven't even, like...
I mean, you can do it now because there's still the tier 1s. He missed the wave because of it. LTW, man. That kind of...
Whoops.
He got greedy with the small camp and trying to farm the lane as well. Drawing the lines down mid. He's like, oh, I already missed the wave. Attack now.
Oh, DK is dead for 45 seconds. You have an Aegis. This seems like a decent time to, dare I say, be more aggressive. The way this game's been going.
Yeah, Huskar does have his Aegis now. His plate mail makes him infinitely more buffer, tankier. I felt this push is a little slow. They should be able to get it still, but they do have Tree and Protector. It's free to the Aegis.
Fiery Soul Talent picked up on Lena, of course, at level 20.
Just tanking all these arrows, man. It's an arrow magnet.
That happens sometimes.
Dire's middle tower
So the easy tower kill completed.
Back to the tier 1 here on bottom.
Oh, that's still up, yeah.
But they should have cut the cut the wave because it would have been able to get a tier 2 as well, but because of that, it's just delaying their game and delaying the Aegis. It's just what Hippomaniacs wants. They want to take fights without their Aegis because they take a fight, and if this Huskar is able to respawn, because they're able to burst this Huskar down early in the fights, but with this Aegis, it's going to be pretty game. And then plate mail too, so it makes them like a lot more tankier. They don't have any MKBs yet in Hippomaniacs, which is Lena going for. Oh, Lena does actually. He has MKB now. Wow, it's actually pretty farm.
Yeah, he's a top farm. Well, he was. It's him and Morphling have been battling it out.
Toe to toe here.
Top spot. Heaven's Halberd also picked up on Train Protector, so they got a couple of, and there's a Sentry Ward. Uh oh. It's like all of a sudden they start auto attacking him. He's like, crap. Oh, they see me.
Oh, well, I guess that's tier 2 and potentially even high ground if he doesn't have buyback, which he doesn't.
Nope.
Lane's in a good position right now too.
Oh yeah, perfect for them.
Good ward paced out by Hippomaniacs, knowing that they are going to be pushing soon, so they got a high ground ward to scout out where they're at. There's no gem anymore, right? No, he has a lot of sentries to take care of.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the items. It doesn't look like there's any gems on anyone currently. Just sitting in the base, as you mentioned before.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
On the dire side, at least. But here comes that bottom tier 2. It should be a free tower kill, as mentioned, and no more outer towers.
They should definitely immediately just push in mid and just run bottom.
Dire's bottom tower.
Tell that tiny push in mid a little bit more, so you have 2 lanes that are pushing in. They're gonna go high ground with this. No tree in.
The burst on Morphlin, the follow-up with the Dragon Tail Stun. Can they finish off LTW? It's so close! No, they cannot. He eats the cheese. And now it's turn time, baby, for Espada. Saberlight bought back to BKB. It's not going to do too much, though. He has to jump out quickly. Witch's Curse on DK. Doesn't get anyone attacking him, but going to lock him in place. They eventually kill the Crystal Maiden as well. And now DK, he too is in trouble. They burst down Mirana. That's a dieback on her. Curry. The inevitable is here. 75 seconds he's staying dead for, and now they're going to start breaking the base unless Supreme and Train Protector can somehow do something about it. Heals up in the air on Winter Wyvern, and Huskar, he's jumping after the Train. Remember, he does have the Heaven's Halberd now, so the disarm kicks in.
He went for the extra life break cast range as well, so this jump, he can jump from a mile away now. From half a mile to a mile.
Yeah, that range now is pretty absurd.
Go Aghanims too, so you can always get into this Lena's face, and Lena can't do anything about it.
What does the axe do? Damage dealt. Cooldown 4 seconds, yeah. BZZ, toss back in, says kill this damn tree.
Toss into Ruby's team.
Yeah, but it's ultimately going to work out for Espada anyways. Maybe having up is... Damn, he's almost killing the Husker at this point, especially with that Spirit Vessel and everything, but not going to be enough. He survives. Yeah, as farmed as Lina got, just the team around. Too much farm on the cores of the Radiant, however. That's the personal Morphling. Lina's kind of holding somewhat here.
Easy game for Espada there. Easy fight. Those some nice pickoffs that they had. The Treant Protection, the Mirana forced the buyback out of them. They were really close though. If Hippo, another fight going on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, apparently the fight's still going. They'll TP into the shrine to pick them off. Crystal Maiden gets caught with the Witch's Curse though, and beat down by his own teammate.
BKB too.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I mean, so what happened there? The last. Okay, I guess the fight's still about to.
It just doesn't stop, Jimmy. This is a game of just let's keep going. Buyback, Jakiro, he's coming back in. Huskar, Golden Embrace, helping to save the day. Ice Path placement, nice as well. So Nick's gonna get a chance for a life break here. Will he use it on Scud? God, he's stunned forever, man. Finally gets out of the stun, pops into Vitality, and now he's turning. Mirana's definitely dead. They picked off lead on the back line with PCC leading the way.
All in here. It was just all in by them, I guess.
It was.
They did kill the Morph and the Jakiro with the dieback, actually. DK is so tanky.
Yeah, he's still dead, though. Double kill.
Need a buyback. Wow. Some entertaining game for sure. So, like, what happened there that last fight was they were actually trying to initiate on this Morphling. He was down to 100 HP. Unfortunately, they almost had enough burst for him. If they were able to kill that Morph, that fight would have been entirely different. He didn't have an Aegis onto him. He's dishing out too much damage, or so much damage in these team fights. And if he was able to die, they would have been able to zone out this Huskar and post BKB, and just the fight would have been entirely different, and they wouldn't have lost the racks despite not having a Treant Protector. But unfortunately, you know, or fortunate enough, he popped off his cheese with like 100 HP remaining, and from there they kind of just turned the fights around and were able to take 2 sets of racks and a couple diebacks as well from both sides.
Morphling joining the party.
Just keep pushing their advantage. They know there's no buybacks of DK and Mirana.
Well, DK does have one.
Does he?
Yeah. So this little gold around their number counting at the top there. That's what you can tell. If it's just black like Jakiro's, then they don't. More spectator things. Huskar, BKB, he's rooted up. He's in trouble. Golden Embrace, he has a life break. This is going to be interesting. I think he's still dead. Yeah. Okay, well, the DK buyback eventually comes in, and they do once again holds just enough at least. Huskar's dead for 90 seconds, so there's that.
Oh, where's the buyback feature? What are you talking about?
So the number counting down here, if he had a buyback, it would be gold around it.
Oh.
But there's no gold, so he doesn't have one. So like you'll see when more people die, which just happens plenty.
What does this mean? You see like there's like a triangle here, then there's little.
Those are the ultimate statuses. The green in the middle, that's if they have their ultimate ready or not.
No, not that thing. You see the little triangle here, and then they're.
Oh, that's their Dota plus ranking on the hero.
Oh.
How like if it's silver, like some Morphling, he's obviously a decent level.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is like bronze.
All right, I'm learning here, man.
Yeah.
Don't flame me, Chatterino. Twitch.
I'm teaching Demon. That feels good, man.
Feels good, man.
No, it's there really is a lot. It's the spectator interface, fantastic, of course.
It's been upgraded quite a bit the past 8 years or so. I hope so.
Yeah, right. So they made some advancements for the better, for sure.
So their next objective for both teams is Roshan once again. Hippomaniacs desperately need this Roshan for their comeback mechanic. And they also need to deny the Aegis Cheese Refresher from Espada. So this is game-changing fight. Roshan is the root of all evil, man. It's like you have a big advantage. Roshan can throw your advantage completely away, or boost your advantage, and be, or you're just capable of winning because of your Aegis timing. From Drow strats to Huskar strats, right? Cheesy strats.
Cheese on Roshan.
But despite how big of an advantage Espada has, one bad Roshan fight, if they're Roshing and they cut off slipping, and Hippomaniacs end up.
Or this can happen. Tiny just walks right uphill into a Sentry Ward. It's not enough damage though, and the Witch's Curse comes out. Now Lena's locked down himself. ILTW taking over Lena, using the combo against her.
Overgrowth into
Overgrowth
arrow.
with a 4-staff. ILTW is going to avoid this follow-up stun as a result. Jakiro does die though. And the other direction, you have Immersion just running away, so the Radiant team just spreading out altogether. Trying to just run. And Roshan's going to spawn in 20 seconds.
That's unfortunate. They wish it was spawned right there.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a timer. Come on, bro.
10 more seconds. It's so close. Jakiro will be dead.
The biggest mistakes that always happens in Dota is just Roshan and high ground. And that was a high ground. Not just high ground, but like running uphill and then high ground. Maybe three. And still, you're still running up high ground here just blindly. And like this Tiny kind of put his team in a bad position because you don't want to fight in that angle.
Yeah.
Where Hippomaniacs has a huge advantage, taking over the high ground there.
As expected, the fight around Roshan is real. Huskar.
Oh,
Lina gets picked though. BZZ with the combo. He has a Daedalus now. And that could be the beginning of the end in favor of Espada. She's out for 2 minutes.
Oh, so much damage by BZZ there.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that Daedalus crit for sure.
It was unfortunate from Lina too. It's just 2 seconds off BKB. That fight would have been different. He would have been able to stun lock that the Huskar, and Huskar would have died there. Is their Aegis, cheese, and refresher, and that's it, man. They're gonna go straight down mid. I don't even think they're gonna go for racks. I think they're just gonna go for the throne.
Yeah, just go for the win here.
Go for the kills. They're gonna go for the kills because there's no Lina buyback. They know this. You die backed already here.
Yeah.
They're gonna get the kills and just go throne.
Oh, Wyvern. Wyvern's catching up to the Lina even this far.
I don't think this Mirana dishes out enough damage for this.
Oh no, she's been a struggle this whole game, unfortunately.
And they're going with the Cypher out here. That's going to push the tier 3 Arrow Magnet. Arrow Magnet.
Lotus Orb Reflections are coming out. Senny, kick, keeping him alive. Nyx went in for it. Freezing field. Huskar's getting low. He has an Aegis worst case. Buyback on Crystalman, and as she goes down, Muff still trying to finish the job on Nyx, which they will do so, but now DK committed for this. Saberlight putting in plenty of auto attack into BZZ though. They take him out. IOTW eats the cheese at the last second. Is Baron the arrow though with the base, and IOTW might be going down. Nope, never mind. The Winch's Curse kicks in. Help save the day, and now Murata locked down by the Ice Path. Supporting cast has done a fantastic job here for Espada. And in the backlines, DK is jumped by Huskar, so it looks like this should do it for Hippomaniacs. Just too much firepower from Espada. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest game ever, DeMoN, but it was entertaining once again. Plenty of hero kills, and ultimately a victory for Espada. That's what the case is.
GG. Well, yeah, I mean, Hippomaniacs, they had the right idea, but it's just like, I guess it's all about that kind of patience game that they don't really have. I mean, neither teams have. They're just brawling it out, multiple back-to-back-to-back. I mean, Espada kind of hit their timing. Like, Hippomaniacs delayed the game by kind of taking that Aegis early. They took the right Roshan fights. Even this last one, they know that their only mechanic back to win this game is all about Roshan. They're killing them at Roshan or denying them this Aegis and cheese. And because they already used all of their buybacks, and some of them even dying backing already. But, you know, fortunate enough, yeah, Espada prevailed there. Played well. ILTW definitely MVP. I think he had some great rotations. He had a rough laning stage. Understood that. He got level 6 on Morphling, immediately rotated over to mid, killed this Lina, and rotated back to bottom. And like his CS was like 7th out of the rest of the team. And
looks good though. So Espada takes game 1 over Hippomaniacs. We'll see if they can force a game 3 or not here for the GG.Bet Invitational. That's going to be coming up next. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by DeMoN. Stay tuned, guys. We got game number